When I started realizing that I do not have time for anything, I'm always complaining about time, and the other people, they also work, but they have plenty of time on their hands. And it's like, where am I going wrong? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you 4 habits that save me 20 plus hours of work a week, or maybe even more. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I think the single most effective thing for me is that I started tracking my screen time. When we're talking about saving hours, we're actually talking about screen time, okay? Because we all suffer from doom scrolling and procrastination. So most of the time we procrastinate on our phones. So what I started doing is that I started tracking my screen time. For example, we can track our screen time like this, so we can know how much time I'm wasting on WhatsApp versus Notes versus Instagram versus YouTube. So it tracks everything. And if you want to go in further, your dashboard, how much time you're wasting each day. Here it just shows how much time you're spending on each app. So in this way, you can actually understand that, okay, I'm spending so much time here, so I might need to cut this off. And most of the time when I want to open up my phone, is this first thing that I see is this. So when I see, okay, I've actually spent almost an hour on WhatsApp or almost an hour on Instagram, and do I even need to see more of it? So it makes me actually aware of how uselessly I'm spending my time. I'm like, okay, I've done it enough now. So this is one thing that really helped me. When I started realizing that I do not have time for anything, I'm always complaining about time, and the other people, they also work, but they have plenty of time on their hands. And it's like, where am I going wrong? And then when I started tracking time is when I realized I am just dumping it all in the trash. All of my time I'm just dumping it in the trash for absolutely no reason. Okay, this one thing helps me the most, and it's actually a 5-minute rule. Now, once again, if there's a lot of tasks piled up in my head and I'm more likely to procrastinate or get distracted, I say to myself, you only have to do this for 5 minutes, and then you're free to leave that task. It does not matter at what stage it is, you can just leave it. For example, I have to clean my room, and then I say to myself, okay, I only have to clean for 5 minutes, and then I can leave it as it is. I do not need to do anything. And now 5 minutes is not so much, okay? So I get up, I clean up for 5 minutes, and now when I'm in the zone, I'm more likely to clean up. But I do not pressure myself. Even if I want to leave it, I'll leave it after doing it for 5 minutes. Now this one thing helps me do many of my tasks. For example, I have to work out, but I'm not in the mood to work out. And now I say to myself, I only have to work out for 5 minutes. And if you do not feel like it, you can leave it. Now, there are very few instances where I have absolutely no energy. So I just kind of sit down because I'm not in the zone to work out. But for the majority of the time, I get all my tasks done. Because once you get into the zone, it's a piece of cake now. You're already in the zone. You don't want to leave that task anymore. Okay, this one's a no-brainer, but I'ma just say it. Make a notes list. I use notes everywhere. For example, I do have one near my bedside, and I have multiple on my phone. Actually, I have 3 apps on my phone for notes. And one is I'm used to it. The other 2, I have one synced to my laptop, so I'm always, connected there. I get overwhelmed with tasks if I have so much going on. And then what I do is that I write it on my notes, and then I kind of sort it out. Now, what I do is that I check mark it, I dump all the trash I have in my mind, and then I kind of sort it out. For example, I have multiple tasks lined up, and now I have to do everything. And all of them seem important, but they're not actually all important. So the thing itself just kind of overwhelms me, and then I'm scrolling my phone. I know myself. So what I do is that I dump all the tasks here like this, and then I kind of sorted it out. Like this one's here, this one's here. I kind of set the priority for each task, and then I understand, okay, this one's have the most priority. And then when it's all cleared up in my head, I'm more motivated to instantly do the task rather than procrastinate. So keep a notes list at all times. When you're, it's like in your purse, when you're on your laptop, when you're on your phone, everywhere, just keep a notes list and just write it down. If there's any blockages in your head, if you're confused about something, just write it down. It'll save up a bunch of your time, because if I get overwhelmed, I know for sure that I'm going to procrastinate and then I'm going to use my phone or do some dumb stuff just to avoid working. If you're in the habit of working out, you might relate to this on a very deep level. When you work out, when I work out, and I have to play music on my phone, I get distracted and then I start watching random videos. Even though I opened up YouTube for the intention of listening to music, if an interesting video pops up, I might just click on it and watch it, which is so detrimental when you want to work out at that time. So what I started doing is that I started having a playlist at the top of my YouTube. And also, I also have downloaded songs on my phone. So when I know that my muscles are very relaxed and I'm more likely to procrastinate or get distracted, so what I do is that I start playing my offline list on my phone. This is the playlist that I use when I know that YouTube right now is very dangerous. So I play songs like these are all my downloaded songs. So I play these songs just to get into the zone of working out. And then when I'm like super charged up, that's when I open my YouTube. And it's actually the first thing in my phone here. This playlist is actually the first thing here. So I do not see anything else, any other distraction that'll make me like click over something on a video that's like not really relevant when I'm working out. Bonus point is to have notes around your house. For example, I have notes here, and then I have on my dressing table, and then I have here, and then at the back. So all these notes help me come back to reality. If I'm like thinking so much, and then I read one of these notes here, and then I'm like, okay, I'm thinking too much. Let's just get back on track. Let's just start doing the work. So notes help you a lot too, because most of the time we do not have much like positivity around us, people or things that like constantly motivate us or tell us not to worry about things. So when you see these notes, you're like, okay, I have to get back on track. So personally for me, notes help me a lot, and I just like paste them everywhere in my room. So have them around your house, or maybe around where you sit, or around your room. They really help a lot. And this all started when I started complaining about having no time on my hands, even though I wasn't doing anything much. And that's when I realized, like, where am I going wrong? Like, what is happening? I used to have so much time on my hands that I used to learn languages, I used to read books. I was doing like so much stuff. And now I wasn't like doing other stuff at that time. I understand that, but there should be some time left on your hands. And just when I started tracking stuff, writing stuff, is when I realized, oh, this is where the time is going. And most of the time is like pure distraction and procrastination. For the most part, my life actually like got more productive, and I can do so many other things at that time. I can bake, because like baking is therapeutic. So instead of wasting time on my phone, I would rather bake a cake, or maybe play with my mom, play games with my mom, or maybe just do some other things that is actually more productive rather than waste my time in these small areas. It's not like giving me any fulfillment. So I would rather do something fulfilling at that time that'll give me satisfaction, rather than waste all these hours in areas that just doesn't give me any fulfillment. So yeah, wrapping up this video, I would say, like, after adopting these small habits, these are very small habits, but they actually are very efficient once you get into the game and you start understanding yourself. For you, it could be different, but for my challenges, because getting off the phone or not getting distracted was a challenge for me. So adopting these habits, I also have a habit of procrastination sometimes. So these habits like fit into my lifestyle really well, and it just saves up a bunch of my time. So yep, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found valuable things in this video. And if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.